Associates award information, visit jdpower.com. Important terms and conditions apply. Calls for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
741, 98.7 WFGR. How about a quick traffic update, Dave?
All right, a couple of accidents slowing you down. 84th at Burlingame. Fulton at Alden Nash. Report of a two-car crash at Broadmoor and 68th Street. Got a little bit of black ice out there as well as traffic flows pick up along the Ford 131, I-96, M6, US 31 between Holland and Muskegon. So far, looking okay. That's traffic on 98.7 WFGR.
It feels a little like a coronation day here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I'll tell you what. Normally, these kind of guests are reserved for Andy Wren.
That's right. Andy steals all the big-time guests.
Oh, boy.
All the big-timers. And finally, we got Bing Goei in the studio with us.
That's right.
All right, Bing.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good
Look
to
at
be
you
with
over
you
there.
guys.
It's a good week for you, isn't it?
That's right.
It is a very good week, very busy week. And you know what? We at Eastern Floral, we love to keep guys out of doghouses.
You got to.
That is our claim to fame. You know what? That's it.
Talk about Eastern Floral now. How long? Now, did you start Eastern Floral?
No,
You didn't. Okay.
I'm way too young for that.
I was going to say, you're like 25.
Yeah, I know. I wish. No, I don't know if I wish I'd be 25. No, Eastern Floral started in 1950.
Okay.
The predominant owner and founder was Frank DeVos.
Okay.
And he started on the corner of Eastern and Franklin.
Yep.
And then he moved to the current location, or not the current one, but the location on 28th Street in the Beltline in 1968.
Wow.
1968. Yeah, 1968. That's been a long time.
That's longer than me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You were just a thought.
Yeah,
You
were a gleam in the eye.
I was an itch.
You were an itch that wasn't scratched yet.
So you're out there 28th in the Beltline now, and Eastern Floral really is. Let's be honest. I'm not here to blow a bunch of sunshine at you or anything like that. But let's face it. If you're going to go to a florist, you want to go to Eastern Floral.
Back when I used to, send women flowers, I did go to Eastern Floral.
Yeah.
That's where I went.
What are you trying to tell me? You're not sending them out to your
Well,
wife?
I can't. I'm currently between relationships.
Here's the thing. We're going to get into that too because
all right.
he's got a theory over here. Dave's got a theory about Valentine's Day.
Really?
That you should not. He waffles. He waits. He's got a couple. Well, we got 5-6 girls on the hook right now.
Not fun.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah,
Let's not.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Well, you know what? He should be in politics then.
See,
If he
there
can
you go.
waffle.
Well, you can't. Sometimes decisions are hard to make, but getting involved in a relationship just before Valentine's Day is difficult because what kind of flowers do you give somebody who you just started dating? Do you give them red roses? Do you give them white roses? What do you recommend? Let's say you just started dating somebody, and it's Valentine's Day. Right. What type of flower do you recommend?
Well, wait before you answer that. You got to throw in the fact he's a cheapskate too.
I'm also I'm not. I'm thrifty, but I'm not. But okay. All right.
You're thrifty.
Yes.
You're thrifty. But you know what? If you want to send roses, which is, of course, the predominant flower for Valentine's Day, what I would do if I was in your shoes is to send a mixed-colored bouquet of roses.
Okay.
Oh.
So there'll be some red to kind of say,
maybe.
And there's some white, some yellow, some pink. So
to say not so fast. Yeah.
That's right. It's safe. It's a safe way to go, right?
It
does show you that you're not a cheapskate.
All right.
But he is a cheapskate, so nobody's getting flowers.
Well,
to reiterate, nobody is getting flowers. But if I were to be getting flowers, that's okay.
And you should go to Eastern Floral if you do that.
Of course
Definitely.
you should.
Definitely.
But Eastern Floral does have 7 locations.
Sure, you're all over the city.
And,
everywhere.
And we just moved downtown about 3 years ago, over 3 years ago. The old Kindle furniture factory building that we renovated. You should come by, and we've done shows there before.
Yeah,
you could do.
That could be a good.
Talk to Russ.
Idea.
We'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll show up anywhere. You know?
Hey, free food. What the heck?
Nice.
Free food and flowers. You got me.
There you go.
You've also got the Goei Center.
We do,
which is another
awesome.
a great addition to the West Michigan community.
Yeah, we're very fortunate in that way. The Goei Center is being used by the community at large, and what's really been good about that whole thing is bringing people into a neighborhood that's kind of been forgotten in Grand Rapids. The southwest side is south of Fulton. It's between Wealthy and Fulton, and it's kind of like, but it's kind of we're very proud about the fact that we kind of rejuvenated the energy and the people around our buildings, the small businesses around our buildings, and we're kind of getting excited about this neighborhood again. And, so I think last year with our events and different things that we host at the Goei Center, I bet we had close to 12,000 people walk through that building.
No kidding.
Wow.
A lot of weddings, wedding receptions. We even do wedding ceremonies. When they ever get there again, we will have a wedding ceremony.
Well, I missed it the first time, so the first one, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, I didn't quite make it that far. I got to the engagement like, maybe not.
Tentative.
Tentative. See, I just,
Okay, just a thought.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that.
We found you a place to have a wedding.
Yeah, okay, I know. I just got to find the girl, and
there you go. Okay.
We'll be all set.
You've put a lot of, all seriousness now, you've put a lot of time and a lot of commitment into West Michigan with the locations of Eastern Floral, with the Goei Center and all that kind of stuff. I think you're a real believer in all of West Michigan.
I am. I tell you, the Grand Rapids, West Michigan is a great community to live in. Granted, we get all these accolades from different national organizations. I think someone just named us #1 for raising a family and all that kind of stuff. But you know what it is? It's the people.
Yeah.
You can have all the buildings you want, but if you don't have good people, you don't have a good community.
Yeah.
And I think this community has good people. And I think that's what I'm very fortunate and blessed to be a part of this community. We arrived here as immigrants in 1960.
From?
I was born in Indonesia, Jakarta, Indonesia. Lived in the Netherlands for 5.5 years. So,
wow.
And then we came to the United States in January of 1960. And it was just an interesting story. We made the front page of the Grand Rapids Press. I should have taken it with me. We arrived at the train station, and we were sponsored by Fuller Avenue Christian Reformed Church. We got off the train station, and the Christian Reformed Church is very Dutch members, and there were people with Dutch names like the Vandens and the Deesen and all that kind of stuff.
We have one term: Van Hoovenhuizen.
The Van Hoovenhuizens
covers all of them.
I don't know who that is, but that's okay. But anyway, so here's the irony. So we walk off the train, met by these deacons from the Fuller Avenue Christian Reformed Church who are Dutch. We spoke Dutch. They didn't.
Nice.
Wow, here's a Chinese family walking up the train speaking Dutch, and there's Dutch people that can't speak Dutch, and they don't know what they're talking about. So
that is great.
Isn't it a great
we
town?
don't know what you're saying.
This is a great town.
You made the front page of the paper.
Yes.
Just for being an immigrant.
Yes.
Wow.
It was a slow news day.
Evidently, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a story about Nixon on the front page. I should have brought it with me. It was a story on the front page about Nixon. And our picture.
Yeah, wow.
Of our family.
How about
that?
I
don't know if I want a association with that,
right,
but anyway, it's what it is.
Nonetheless. You've also dabbled in some politics over the years.
Hey, I did, yeah.
I mean, last year was kind of a mess.
Yeah.
You had a couple of guys that were changing parties, and things didn't really look like they were on the up and up.
Yeah.
What was your motivation there? Now, did you jump in because you saw a real shot, or did you jump in because you wanted to call out a couple of clowns?
I wanted to call out, but I don't know if they're clowns. But I want to call out somebody because you see, our country, our city, and our is I believe in it, and I think when I saw that happening, I felt like someone needs to stand up. I'm always a firm believer that when you see an injustice, someone needs to address it. You can't let injustice just go by the wayside and say, we'll slide it under the rug. And, my chances of winning that race was like slim and none, and I think Slim left town. but I think it was just a matter of principle. Someone had to stand up. In 2010, I really ran a race.
I was going to say, because you didn't really do that bad for a last-minute write-in candidate.
I know it.
At the last second. Because what was it, like a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yeah. But it just shows you how, what good people we have in this community.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And so it was a decision made, and maybe in hindsight, if I was really a politician, maybe I shouldn't have done that because, you do not... You do tick off some people when you do those kinds of things.
Well,
but on the other hand, it is a principle, and I think this community is a community of principles.
Yeah.
Any interest in getting into that down the road?
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's a lot of hard work.
Oh yeah.
And I always say this, and I say this to my children, and I say this to my friends. I says, whenever you have an opportunity to enrich a community with whatever gifts that you've been blessed with, then you ought to take take that road. I don't know if that's still part of that for me. I mean, the Goei Center is doing a lot of good things. I don't know if you know about our incubator that we're trying
business incubator. Yeah,
we're doing small business incubators. We're not the high tech side. We do have a great success story. One of our tenants is an IT management company that now has offices in India, Brazil, offices all across the country. In fact, he's going to be, his name is Sai Naik, and he owns Maven Global. He's been invited by the White House to come next February 20 or something. They have a conference there. He is one of the quote-unquote minority business owners who's been invited to participate in a dialogue with African nations who want to use the IT management services.
Cool.
Yeah, he's very, very successful. Nobody knows about him because he doesn't want to be known. And he just says, and he's part of our Goei Center.
Until now.
Yeah, that's right.
Now we know.
You're hundred thousands of listeners, right? Yeah. But it's our goal there is to help small businesses grow in retail and service industries as well as IT industries.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
So, and our focus really is minority and women and businesses because, I'm very passionate about minority business development because it's part of, if we live in a global economy, we need to recognize that, Grand Rapids has to become an international community. Mm-hmm. We are attracting a lot of talent, Van Andel Institute, the medical schools, all kinds of talent from all around the world.
Yeah.
And we have to begin to start realizing that, we're not this little small community anymore, and that our vision and our understanding of different cultures is going to be very important for us as we grow into a global economy and being able to meet the challenges of a global economy.
I got to tell you what, and I think I think I can speak pretty, comfortably on this. West Michigan has been a fairly closed little community for quite some time.
Right.
And this is a hard pill for them to swallow, to sit there and think that we're going to have to be an international community, but it's just going to have to happen. Right. And that's all there is to it.
And Andy, you've mentioned this a number of times, how big just Grand Rapids has gotten over the last few years.
Right.
And the outreach. Now, I mean, that's just one of those things that was just destined to happen.
Yeah. And a lot of studies that I've seen can show you that young talent, like you guys, you guys are young.
Yeah. Wow. I haven't been called young in about a decade.
I've been getting up at 3 in the morning for the last 15 years. I don't feel young.
I didn't say you were smart. I just said you were young. But anyway, the young talent of today.
Yep.
Every study that you will see is they will live where they can find a great amount of diversity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both people, culture, entertainment, all those things are going to be part of their influence, in terms of how they decide where they're going to live. And that's where we need to continue to work hard at. And we will become that international city because, in spite of us being closed, I mean, we are somewhat of a closed. That was our strength at one time.
Yep.
And now we got to make sure that does not become our weakness.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of things that I think I'm involved with. And,
you're right on the forefront.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, it's been great. But you know what? It's Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Let's talk about all right,
flowers and love. And
let's talk about the hot stuff for Valentine's Day this year. What's big?
You know what? I tell you what. The thing about Valentine's Day is that we got to remember it's a fun holiday.
Yep.
Right. People kind of get pressured. Guys feel like, man, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to blow a lot of money. You don't have to. No. I mean, you can buy roses. Of course, roses are a premium because it is a commodity item. And right now, the supply and demand, demand is high, supply is low. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's a growing season of roses. But there are other flowers besides roses. There are, beautiful Gerber daisies. There are, tropical flowers that are very popular. Birds of paradise, anthuriums. Those are, you know what anthuriums are? You probably don't know. You're looking like, what are you talking about?
I'll be honest with you, Bing. When I go to the florist, I'm the guy that walks in just like every other guy, hands you the card, and says, "All right, surprise me."
Right.
I don't know what to pick out.
I know. It is right. And you know what? If I was going to do your job, I'd be looking like, okay, what's that button for? Right?
Exactly. I don't know.
Blow up the studio if I push the wrong button, right? So I think that's a great thing to do. Buy from your local florist, and of course, we'd love to have you buy from Eastern Floral.
Sure.
I think we're the best. We are the top 50, eight top 50 florists in the country.
Wow!
And we meet certain criteria and guidelines, and we are the top 50 florists. And we have all of our salespeople are trained. If you go to these national 1-800 numbers, you will get telemarketers. You don't get florists. And we will help you. You say, listen, you know what? My special person loves this color, and what do you suggest? And those are kinds of questions that we can help you with and create the right kind of arrangements for you. So for Valentine's Day, roses are certainly a premium, but you know what? Let's talk to our staff, and they can come up with something else. There's chocolates that we can do. We can do gift baskets, gourmet baskets. We do a whole range of flowers as well. So
any negligee out there?
You
know what? We can do that.
Nice.
But listen. One of the things that we've done. No, look, this is what we've done for this year's Valentine's Day. Because sometimes, you know what? Guys like to receive flowers too.
Yeah.
Right? So what we've done is we put a man's package together.
Nice.
So what's in a man's package?
A man's package is...
You need to ask?
No. This is a family show. And we are a family-owned business.
There you go.
So what we have done is we have created a floral arrangement of tropical flowers. So it's not like the dainty kind of thing that you're thinking about flowers. Right. So it's got the, it's more masculine looking. Sure. And... we've got 2 Griffin's tickets that you can use at any time, any home
Very
games.
cool.
So the special woman in your life can send that to the special man in
That's good with
her
me.
life.
That's very cool.
And we have another package. That can be bought by anyone.
All right.
It's a dozen red roses. It's a box of chocolates and a one-night stay at the JW Marriott.
That is awesome.
That's the sure.
Sign me up.
That one's called the sure thing.
There you go. The sure. That is awesome.
So this is the creativity that our staff is able to do.
Very cool.
And that's why you buy local, because we can help you identify, different selection opportunities and things like that.
Well, everything you do for the community is fantastic, and running Eastern Floral all these years, great job. And you know what? Don't be a stranger. Yeah. If you're over there in that highfalutin Andy Rent show, come on over here and hang out with us too.
I'd love to come by here. Like I say, when I write you guys bios, I've said, oh boy, I sit with Andy and it's a saint, and I sit in front of you guys and I'm home.
Yeah, there you go.
Bing Goei.
Man of the people.
Eastern Floral. Don't forget Valentine's Day is this Thursday. Make sure you pick. I'd go for that Griffin's thing.
Yeah. I like the whole the JW Marriott.
Yeah.
Get involved. Getting that.
Absolutely. And you know what? This really, we got a good downtown. We got a nice downtown, right?
A lot of stuff
to
do.
You can spend walking around and do your thing. And
that's the key right there. The woman buys the Griffin's package for the guy. The guy calls Eastern and buys the hotel stay thing for the. There you go.
That's it.
Perfect. Eastern Floral took care of everything.
Got you covered.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Guys,
we really.